And welcome to the Midday Show. I am Jeffrey Everett. He is Mark Messina. I don't know if I've ever called myself Jeffrey on the show before. Was that the first time?
I think so.
I think that was the first time I've ever done it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Everett. He's Mark Messina. Welcome to the Midday Show and another day of our 12 days of giveaways. We are on day 10. It's flying by. Almost 30 winners already.
You know what else is flying by?
What's that?
Your opportunity to shop.
It is. I actually did get some done Monday night.
I'm inferring from your tone and the context clues that you're not totally done yet.
I'm mostly done. There's one or two that I have an idea in my head. I went and looked at it. Didn't go the way I wanted it to. So now I am floating, trying to see if there's something better or not.
Buy a better gift card?
No.
Is that what you mean?
No, like an actual gift.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I will say this because I'm not an avid shopper. I'm blown away sometimes by, I'll pick something up and I'll think it's going to be like $5-10. It's like 25. Then there's other times I'll be like, that's way too expensive. And I'll think it'll be like 40-50 and I'll pick it up and it's $10.
Yep.
So I have lost all sense of reality when it comes to the
you would
pricing
suck on
out
the
of
prices
gifts.
right. You would be the
I
worst.
would be very, very bad at it. Monday, I was atrocious at gauging what things actually cost.
I will say this update for people who watch daily and kind of live and die with our lives. My brother's birthday was December 8th, and I had a present for him. I knew I bought it in the summer. I couldn't find it. Found it. I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but I found it.
Congrats.
So he will now get 2 Christmas presents instead of a birthday and a Christmas.
Okay.
So
when's his actual birthday?
the 8th.
Okay. So it's close enough.
So I found it roughly 2 weeks late.
Okay.
But I bought it like 3 months early. I just couldn't remember where I put it.
Right.
And then when I found it, I was like, yeah, I should have looked there. That makes perfect sense.
Congrats.
So
I'm happy for you. Real quick recap. In order to win, you like, comment, or share on this video. That gives you an opportunity to win tomorrow. Today's winners like, shared, or commented on yesterday's video. You can do one or you can do all three. Mark's favorite, he really appreciates the hug emoji. I believe it's called the care button.
I just don't like it when people like the show, but they really don't like it.
Yeah.
If you click the like button, it needs to be sincere. You're on your honor.
So the question of the day today, we're doing snow, all things snow. We're going to dive into snowball fights, snowmen, skiing, snowboarding. We're going to dive into all the elements that snows brings with it. But the real question here is white or green Christmas, because there are preferences. Some people prefer some to the other. And then we're also going to talk about like, what's your favorite thing about it? What's the thing you hate about it? There's some obvious ones, but there's also some very like intricate minor ones that kind of get like pushed down, but to me are very obvious.
Does anyone from up north not like a white Christmas?
Well, you have like your Florida birds, right? Like you
Correct.
have
Those people just hate snow.
For sure. I think there's people up north who certainly there's the holiday aspect of you want a white Christmas, but it doesn't mean they love the snow. Let's put it this way. They love a white Christmas, but they don't hate a green one. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yep. I think there's a lot more people like that than you realize.
Okay. I think everyone likes the snow when they're inside.
Yes, that's fair.
Once you have to go out and deal with it. And there's a prettiness to the freshly fallen snow.
Okay.
The 3-day-old snow when
ugly.
You're driving and it's brown along the road and it's starting like there's an ugliness to 3-day-old snow.
I would agree with that. I think you're dead on there.
So yeah, I get it.
It depends.
It does depend.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to dive into all things snow. Before we get to all of that, like I always ask you, Mark, how are you feeling today?
I'm mostly good.
Yeah.
I'm a little
flabbergasted.
Still frazzled with the whole, because as I was making fun of you, because I'm realizing like I got to do a lot of wrapping. I'm still trying to brainstorm as to make sure that everybody got a Christmas card that needed to get a Christmas card because they just went out the other day.
Yep.
And now I'm still like, is there anyone I missed? And so you're just running out of time.
Can I tell you a quick story that goes right along with what you just described? This was on Monday morning. I got out a piece of paper and I just started scribbling down some names. And my whole thought process was like, I will just go through this checklist and I will just make sure that it's taken care of. Like that I got something,
Right.
a card, something happened for that person. And so I make the list. I get in the car after practice Monday
Hold on,
night.
I gotta jump in.
Go ahead.
Once you made the list, did you check it twice?
I did. I actually checked it like 4 times. I get in the car. I hand the list to my girlfriend. And without even missing a beat, she's looking at it for about 5 seconds. And then she just turns to me and she's like, we got something for all these people. And I just said, I've never loved you more. and that was pretty much the end of the conversation. So shout out.
So you got back out of the car, went back in the house and said, we're done. Shopping is over.
Shout out to my girlfriend. She absolutely crushed it. And it just makes my life 1,000 times easier. Now, don't get me wrong. The whole list wasn't done. There were a couple of things, but her point was like 95% of this list is done, you idiot. I don't even know why you made this list.
I mean, I say this partially as a joke, but I also mean this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I do not want to be here the day that she realizes she can do so much better than you, and that you show up and you're like, I just got done. It is going to be sad.
There are aspects. I've told you before about this whole study with older couples. When one passes away, there was this false idea of like dementia or Alzheimer's, and people were showing like false positives essentially.
Okay.
So they were showing symptoms, but then when they would go in and scan, they didn't have it.
Okay.
But what it is by the time you've been around that person for so long, you think you know these things. So I always use the example. We used to ask my grandmother after my grandfather passed away, what do you want to watch? What's your favorite movie? And she's like, oh, I don't know. But we'll see what had happened was my grandfather knew he could tell you every movie and every actor and who did this and who did that. So she always sat next to him during these movies, and she thought she had this wealth of information, and she had retained none of it. You see what I'm saying? If my girlfriend leaves me, any sort of organization that I think I have pulled off in the last 3 years is going to crumble around me. And I'm going to realize very quickly that I have zero organization to my life.
See, you say if, I'm just more worried that it's a when. That's what I'm worried about. And I joke here, I'm not going to be like I might be more worried about you than you are when that day happens.
Listen, I'm pretty worried about it. I have a calendar. Did you know I never had a calendar? I have a calendar now. Never had a calendar before I met my girlfriend.
You mean like in your phone?
Yeah, like an organized calendar with like birthdays and like special events, and never had a calendar.
I do it a little with like work appointments, but like birthdays, I just know them.
Yep.
And I've always been good at remembering.
No, not me. So I have a calendar now.
Now, what's funny is I don't know when yours is.
No, that's fine. We'll keep it that way. That's not a problem at all. Can we shout out something that we worked on today? We have coming back to NorthcentralPa.com. PA Now, for anybody who enjoyed it last year during the first series, Jason Fitzgerald is going to come back with us. PA Now, the episode will be out tomorrow, which is Thursday. And it is really one of the better political shows that was put out in the last year or two from online media in the state of Pennsylvania. We've had Jason on the show before. He came on and helped us out with the Afghanistan situation.
He did it a couple times. He came on right after we pulled out of Afghanistan, and he talked about, he gave a very good, like he's a conservative, but he gave a very honest, neutral. He's like, this is what happens when wars end. Sure. Like you can't withdraw and make policy. Like we're leaving now, and this is how we want you to handle it once we go. Yeah. He gave a very intelligent synopsis of that. We also had him on back when it was the first presidential debate.
Yes.
I think it was the first one.
I think it was the very first one.
And he kind of get a pregame. Like, what do you expect? What do you from both sides? What are they trying to establish? What is this side trying to establish? And yeah, he really knows his stuff.
Yeah, very, very good. His first guest is going to be Judge. I always mess this up. Lavecchio. Thank you.
Is a former judge. He either has retired or he is retiring.
He announced he'll be retiring on January 2nd.
Okay.
Yep. So coming up. So that'll be his first guest. So again, if you enjoyed the original episodes of Pennsylvania Now, it's going to come back after a 6-month hiatus. We are excited. And hopefully that means we'll get to talk with Jason more too, going into 2022.
We should have had a book on the table So Judge Lavecchio could have thrown it at Jason, therefore throwing the book at him. Wouldn't that have been punny?
Sometimes your dad jokes don't land with me. I actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
No, I see what you were going for there. So again, PA Now, coming back soon, actually tomorrow, if you want to check out the first episode.
Can my side of the screen be any busier?
What do you mean, and my side is not? What are you implying? Here's part of your problem. Part of your problem is you have the trim, but then you also have your background plus the wheel plus. So yes, it is a little bit busier than
a little bit. It's all kind of busy.
Can you name all the people on your side? Don't take forever. Just can you? Do you think you could?
Macaulay Culkin.
Okay.
Chevy Chase.
Okay.
That's George Bailey and Mary Bailey, who is Jimmy Stewart and Reeves. Reeves.
You're crushing it.
What's her first name?
I don't know. I was giving you a pass there. To me, I'm impressed already.
It's Reeves. That's Elf. Those are the kids. Those are Zuzu's on his back. So that's Peter, and I would say that's Janie. Okay. That's Elf. That's what's his name? Anchorman. How am I blanking on Anchorman? Frank the Tank.
Yep. You've said every name but his. This is like some real 50 stuff right here. Do you want me to give it away?
I'm coming back. There's Ernie. Is it Young Timmy?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's Bob Cratchit.
Correct. And then it's Little Timmy, right?
And then that's the ghost of that was one of the partners.
That's Snow Miser.
Oh, it's Snow Miser.
Yes.
Oh, is that from
Heat Miser, Snow Miser? Yep.
Oh, I got it. And then John McClane.
Yep.
And Frozen. What was the Frozen?
Can you think of his name? I'm impressed. I did not think you were going to be able to get all of those.
Hold on. Reeves.
Olaf is the snowman.
Oh, Olaf. Yeah, I knew that.
Yep. I cannot believe you can't think of. Can I tell you and just put you out of your misery? Because this is incredible.
No, Frank the Tank. He's Anchorman. He's that guy.
Yeah,
right there.
I know
he was on Saturday Night Live. Will Ferrell. Thank you.
Thank you. Nicely done. It's impressive.
Reeves.
I don't know what you're trying to do right now.
The first name of the chick who played Mary Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life.
I have no idea.
Her last name was Reeves.
Okay.
And her first, it's not Martha, but it's very common.
If you know it, comment. Help Mark out.
Jennifer? No, it's not Jennifer.
It's not Jennifer. All right. So we are going to go with, so let's start here. Heather says no snow. I hate cold and snow and ice. White Christmas or green Christmas? If you got to choose.
For me?
Yep. On Saturday. I would pick. You wake up Saturday, it can be white Christmas or green Christmas. What are you doing?
I would pick white.
Okay.
The best thing about snow in the winter is it gives you this belief of just like you're hunkering down. The decision was made for you.
Okay.
Like you're only going out if you need to. And I think there is a beauty to it. The simple winter pleasures, as we talked about, when you can't go anywhere. You know you can't go anywhere. You're not, because we're all so busy.
Sure.
They were like, I should do this, I can do this, I can do that. And when that decision is taken off, you're here. The roads aren't plowed. Even though they are plowed now, you only go someplace if you really, really need to.
Yeah.
There is a beauty to that.
No, I agree with that. Smee says lots and lots and lots of snow.
I agree.
Harry says I want snow. Smee, can we talk about bobsledding? It's a good one. So let's talk about winter activities with the snow.
Is there anyone who watches the Winter Olympics who doesn't think one of the coolest things on earth would be to ride in the 4-man bobsled and just go racing down?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, the bobsled, I think there's a false sense that you could just do it. And I think it's way more challenging than what it's
Well, somebody has to steer it.
Someone has to
in the 4-man bobsled, most of the people the front guy's the driver, the back guy's the brake man.
Right.
The two guys in the middle are just pushers and jump in and get in a tuck and ride.
Yes.
But I could do that.
Have you ever seen a bobsled that is essentially like the steering wire is like cut or like they've lost control?
It sounds like a bad movie.
It is not a pleasant ride.
Oh, no, it's dangerous as hell.
Yes. So I think there's this false sense of like, I'd love to do that because it's just, it's
not like a roller coaster track.
Here's the other part you have to remember too. Most people, when they see bobsledding, It is the Olympics.
They're the best of the best.
They are seeing the best of the best do something, and they make it look so good and so smooth and so simple that it's like, I would love to do that. And I'm telling you, like, that is not, I would argue that 70% of bobsledding probably does not look like that. Is that fair
I'm
to
agreed.
say?
But you give me an Olympics quality driver, and I mean, how hard is the brake man? All he does is pull the brakes, right? I just want to ride. It would be awesome. But I think it would be terrifying too. And here's the other thing. You can't see. So you're just feeling it. It's just like in the dark. There's no windows. It's not an airplane. So you just tuck down and ride.
Interesting. I don't know if that's true.
Of course it's true.
You don't think they're seeing anything?
No, not the riders.
We'd have to ask or look up something. They have to.
Do you think they're like Snoopy with their heads sticking out the top?
No, but I don't think like their heads tucked between their legs and they're just like oblivious either.
Dude, they're in a tube. They're like a hollowed out log. The guy, you know what the second guy sees?
I agree.
He sees the back shoulders of the first guy.
But when you go down the flume at like Knoebels, like you still see, like you still know
but
what's
your head's
around
out
you.
the top. These guys' heads aren't out the top. They're tucked.
But they're like hunched, but they see. They know what's going on.
They know what's going on. They know they're going fast. That's all. They don't see a thing.
You don't think they actually know what's happening?
I think they are riding. Well, they know the course, so they know this.
Here's what I would say: they have to be able to see something though, because like you said, the two middle guys don't do anything. There's still a leaning and they still have practical applications to what they're doing. Like once they push, 2 and 3 just don't jump in and sit there. Like when they go into a left-hand turn, like they got to lean left.
Well, I think they feel it and they know the course, but they're not like, they don't have their head out the window like a dog going, "Hey Larry, we're going left."
That I agree with, but I think it's more. I think the weight of the bobsled is dictated on how they're leaning within the curves and the turns of the course. So I think there has to be a visual awareness of like what is coming and how far they are.
Push, 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 get in, fetal position.
You think that's all it is?
All it is.
Interesting. I would not have guessed that. I will say this. I like a white Christmas. I'm with you. There's something to the white Christmas. However, I have missed out on all the outdoor activity. Skiing, not big on. Snowboarding, not big on. Obviously, bobsledding. I have missed the outdoor winter. Now, some of it was basketball.
You're probably a figure skater.
They just don't collect. I had ice skates. I was not a great skater, but I had ice skates. I just missed on kind of the whole outdoor sport activity aspect of it.
You know why?
Why?
Because they suck.
You don't love them?
I could imagine why skiing and snowboarding would be fun if you were good at it.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's cold. We've gone over this. I don't like cold. Second of all, it is an injury waiting to happen.
I think if you're ballsy or you're pushing the limits or you're always trying to like go one step further than you're capable, I totally agree with you.
You show me a real snowboarder that's never had a concussion, and I'll show you someone who's not a real snowboarder.
That's actually a very fair statement to make. So yeah, I kind of miss. I've been ice fishing, but really ice fishing is just drinking on ice with fishing.
Yeah, I don't get ice fishing.
You don't get ice fishing?
People who ice fish are just like, they're like, oh, that's what they say. All you do is drink. Can't you do that at home in your living room?
Yeah, you can, but there's still something about being on the ice and you're fishing. There's something about
fishing. You know what there is about being on the ice? Cold.
Okay. But with fishing, there's something about fishing, and some people like to fish alone, and I totally get that. I'm not a huge fisherman, but I do it. And I will tell you that I love nothing more than fishing with a buddy or someone that I don't see often. There's something about the numbness of just casting and reeling and casting that the words just start flowing and conversation just arises. And so I understand with the ice fishing, there's something about sitting down, hole in the ice, couple of drinks, and just like
casting,
the words start
casting.
No, but you're dropping in and you're checking, and the flag goes up and you check it, and there's something very appealing to it if you understand the conversation around fishing.
I am one of the 90% of Americans who, when they think of ice fishing, all they think of is grumpy old men.
Well, which is very, very fair. Very fair.
90%.
There's also some people prefer ice fishing because there's not the whole like casting really and casting. A lot of times you set it, you wait, the flag pops up or it doesn't, and like that's it. There's it's a lot easier in a weird way.
So you're sitting there. Dude, I just think back to like the people 300 years ago when they're like, you have this indoor heat, you have television, you have all these modern conveniences, and you voluntarily go out and sit on a frozen pond to catch a fish that you're just going to throw back anyway?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you people? As Sheldon once said, we've spent all of history trying to improve inside. Why does everyone want to keep going outside?
I'm worried about your inability to bundle up, apparently.
I'm a good bundler.
Are you? Because you make it seem as if you're horrific.
No. I'm a good bundler. But I don't. Yeah, like when I fire up the snowblower and I just do like the whole neighborhood because once I'm out there and once I'm warm.
Yeah.
But no, I like going to high school football games and going to playoff baseball games and stuff I was good at.
So you just like to complain is what you're now telling
me.
No,
I just realized the effort that it takes to bundle up and the effort it doesn't take to sit inside and be warm.
Sherry says, I love the white Christmas when I lived in Philly, but living on a dirt road in Tioga County, not so much.
There's a value.
Kind of what I hinted at before.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think people love the white Christmas, but they don't hate the green one.
No, there's a hassle that comes along with it.
For sure. Melissa says, white Christmas, please. Mary, I love snow on the first day. After that, it turns to snort. Snow and dirt.
There you go.
I've never heard of snort. That's good. I hate shoveling. I did spend one Christmas in Florida with my son, and that was strange to me. Christmas and palm trees should not be in the
I agree with her. Not just the palm trees, but if you walked outside on Christmas morning, you were in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was 73 degrees, that would be odd.
Okay.
To us, to those of us from North Central Pennsylvania, that would be odd.
It would be different. Amber, I love the first few snows. It can get old fast, though. Ice scares me when walking and driving.
Ice sucks.
That makes sense. Amber says, I went to school with Jason. There you go. So, again, PA now. First episode tomorrow, Jason Fitzgerald. Something about Mark rocked it. What did you rock?
I don't
know either. Mark rocked it, though. Definitely a white Christmas from Lisa. Love the seasons. Can you see me, guys? I said Donna 3 times. Donna Reed. Nice. Thank you, Sherry. Appreciate it. Mary, you are too young.
Now I had her last name wrong. Yeah, I thought it was Reed. Sorry, it's Donna Reed.
Reed?
Reed, R-E-D, okay.
Yeah. But she did have her own TV show back then, too.
Who?
I'm assuming Donna. I'm assuming Donna Reed had her.
Now I'm trying to make sure because it's Christopher Reeves, it's Donna Reed. It had to be Donna Reed. Anyway, she was hot.
Thank you. If you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. Is that what you're implying?
Well, not necessarily. Because if you, like in an airplane, you don't have to be in the front to see. In a roller coaster, you don't have to be in front because you can see outside, but they don't have side windows. I'm telling you, when you go home and YouTube it, because you're going to, and you watch, and they pedal, and they push, and then they jump in, and all they do is talk, and you can't see the guy's head. There's no like, oh, I'm going to peek, and we're going to lose 0.03 of a second in aerodynamics because I wanted to see.
I understand that, but they still have to know, like if you look at some of these pictures right now, when they're going into a bend, they're all lean, like they know, it's not like they're sitting and their heads just turning, like they're leaning into it. So they must know, like
they know the course.
I understand that,
and they can feel it.
You think it's just a feeling?
Well, because the sled goes up on a wall, like you have to be able to feel.
I understand, but they're doing this as they're going into the turn. This isn't like physics where like they're in the middle of the bend and they're physically like this is.
No, I'm with you.
We know we're about to go into this turn and we're already leaning into it because we know what's about to happen.
Now, you know who could explain it to us if he was still alive?
Who?
John Candy.
Because Cool Runnings?
Because of Cool Runnings.
It's such an underrated movie.
If
you've never watched Cool Runnings, it's a classic.
I didn't see it till a long time later. The first time I'd watched it, I fell asleep in the middle.
It's so good. It's really, really good. Leona loved skating. Skating is, it was hard. Like, I know that's...
You know what's hard? The ice when you fall.
Yeah. Skating, it was hard to learn skating. I vividly remember this. I always had an easier time skating backwards than forward. Is that normal?
No.
That's not normal.
But there's lots of things about you that aren't normal, but no, that's
I
not
remember going backwards was so much easier than forward when I was.
In all fairness, for full disclosure, one of the issues with me in snow sports is my feet go numb very quickly. Ice skating, skiing, like I'll go down the hill twice and I can't feel my feet anymore. So, and then people say it's because you have rental boots, you don't have good boots, and it was before you could shove hand warmers down your feet and stuff like that. But
yes,
there's a lack of, whether you're skiing, whether you're ice skating, whether you're doing whatever, there's a lack of fun to it when you can't feel your feet.
Again, I think you're a bad bundler upper.
No, it doesn't matter about bundle. You can only bundle your feet. What am I going to put on? Another pair of socks?
Yes.
No, because literally, you get too many pairs of socks and it makes your shoes too tight.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
I'll tell you one I would enjoy, which I've only done a couple times in my life, is snowmobiling. I think snowmobiling would be a blast.
Yeah, you're probably right. Be enjoyable.
I would like that more than skiing and ice skating and snowboarding.
I could see that. It's a very good point.
And it's also easier. All you do is sit there.
You think so?
It's a lot easier than all the other ones. The other ones take actual skill. This one, you need to throttle and steer.
Yeah. There was a shirt I saw the other day. Have you ever seen the jet ski? They have jet ski and now they do bobsled ones, but it says, they say money can't buy happiness, but try to frown on a snowmobile. Have you seen that at all?
No, that's cool.
It's pretty good. But they used to have that. Originally, it was jet ski. Like they say, money can't buy happiness, but try to frown on a jet ski.
And now they've branched.
Yeah, now they've branched over to the snowmobile as well.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff gets a practice. This is true. It is a half day.
I was going to say,
I
just looked at the clock and I was like, you got to get out of here.
Let's shout out Weiss Markets and then let's go over the board briefly here as I get some of the winners here prepped and ready to go.
All right. Thank you to Weiss Markets. There will be people, I am sure, clamoring there the last couple of days to get the last few items before Christmas. But they have everything from baked goods to frozen foods to if you want to just do flowers for Christmas, if you want, all the pharmacy stuff and like the typical stuff you need, plus all the grocery items that they always have. So Weiss Markets, there's one in every community. There's multiple in certain communities. They are all over the region, and they are our hometown grocery chain founded in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and I knew the year, and I should know the year. But it's been it's close to 100 years old. So thank you to Weiss Markets for sponsoring the Midday Show. And again, that's where I got my vaccine way back when, last May.
Nice.
Okay, other sponsors, other advertisers for this. We have Tony's Deli, we have Willard's, we have Williamsport Moving Company, we have the Moon and Raven, the CBD store in Montoursville, Fresh Life, the Break Room, Eat and Run Catering, Rainbow Carpet, and the Chaos Fun Zone, including Scores Restaurant. How'd I do?
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
1912, according to Heather.
So I thought it was over 100 years, but I wasn't.
That's pretty good. Like, comment, share.
Like.
Ooh, good one. All right. Today's like winner is going to be Megan Fleet.
No, I don't like that one. Do another one.
Do another one. Spin it again.
No, I'm kidding.
Here we go, Megan.
I'm kidding. I don't know Megan. It would be funny if I knew Megan, but I don't. So that kind of the joke falls flat.
It does.
All right.
Not your first one.
Which is rare because my jokes never fall flat.
That's not your first one.
Whatever. You're just impressed with my wheel spinning prowess.
Oh.
Fresh Life.
Ooh, good one. Fresh Life.
Fresh Life.
Comment or share?
Share.
Share. Here we go.
I will try to keep my comments to a minimum because I know you're in a time crunch.
You're fine. Share winner is Cindy L. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson.
Cindy L. Robinson.
Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you.
I just always think Swiss Family Robinson whenever I see the name Robinson.
Did you ever see The Graduate?
Mm-mm.
Mrs. Robinson?
I don't think I've seen.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Huh. Young. I didn't think it was that good of a movie, by the way. But I was young. Maybe I should watch it again. That's where that song comes from, the Simon and Garfunkel song.
Okay.
Cuckoo Cachoo, Mrs. Robinson. Cuckoo Cachoo. The CBD store.
Nice. CBD store
the
for
CBD
Cindy.
store for Mrs. Robinson.
And
the young guy in your life will love it.
And last but not least, our comment winner is going to be Deborah Schaefer.
Is there any last name in America that can be spelled more different ways than Schaefer? Schaefer, Schneider, there's just 100 combinations.
Those are two different names.
No, but they're both they're close. But like Schaefer, There's C's, there's AEFs, there's a couple F's, there's no C, there's
Yeah. Well, you can sneak the C in, and then you can sneak the E in as well, and you can also go double F.
correct.
So yes,
The
there's a lot
AE
of
single F is
there's a lot of different sneaks, and you can kind of spell it. Yeah, I'm with you. That's a rough
here we
one.
go. Deborah wants to win something. What do you want me to land on? Tell me what you want me to hit. I'll hit it.
Chaos Fun Zone. Oh,
Keep going. 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 Good. Now it's Eat and Run Catering.
Eat and Run Catering.
All
right. Congratulations to Megan. Congratulations to Cindy. And also congratulations to Deborah. We'll be reaching out to you. Again, if you were a past winner, we've sent messages out to every winner so far. The envelopes are getting filled up. Please check your inbox.
There's a pile of them right behind me.
Yes. Please check your inbox if you have one. You should have received a message from us. And it is not a scam. I feel bad because it's the world we live in. You know, everyone thinks that if you're asking for an address or you're asking for a phone number or something, it might be a scam.
It is funny where people are like, why do you want to know? It's like you won something. And sometimes they're like, oh, I did?
Yes. So it's always tough to convince people that,
by the way,
it's okay.
You know what I've learned about myself the last 2 days?
What's that?
Just looking at the wheel and trying to will it to stop on a certain one doesn't work. Not for me.
No.
maybe they're like, what's that big brain guy? What was the big brain cartoon guy? Or like Karnak or whatever. Mega Brain. Was it?
Well, there was a
Megamind.
Who was played by
Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Look at me. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at that. Just sitting there because I've tried it 2 days in a row now just to be cool and like I want to spin it to the right one. So stop. Doesn't work.
Okay.
So I guess I would suck at roulette too.
30 seconds. Anything else you want to get out there?
No, today's the first day winner.
It is first day winner.
Today's first day winner.
Yeah.
So enjoy that and you're running out of time. Get shopping, get wrapping.
Right.
I don't even think people have gone into wrapping panic because I like wrap everything on the 24th. But shopping,
people are wrapping.
Well, good, intelligent people are, but I'm wrapping on the 24th. I'm just still trying to finish up the last couple gifts.
That's fair. Just a reminder: like, comment, share this video for a chance to win tomorrow. Today's winners are from yesterday's video. So if you like, comment, or share on this one, you can do one or all three. You will have a chance to win the drawing tomorrow. And Mark can try to land on Chaos Fun Zone tomorrow.
I can't believe you don't know The Graduate. It's legendary. Dustin Hoffman. I don't know who. Was it Anne Margaret?
So I know of The Graduate. I've just never seen it.
Oh, I thought it was overrated. But a lot of old movies are overrated. I
heard, real quick before I go, I heard a very, very strong opinion take on Pulp Fiction, and it was not great.
From who?
From a podcast.
From an idiot doing a podcast.
Is that what it was?
You've still never seen it, right?
I've still never seen Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction is.
I
will say this. The first time I enjoy it more and more in watching. The first time I watched it, I didn't get the hype, but it's good.
Okay. Because I had said to you, if I made a list of the movies, as a movie buff, a list of movies that I had not seen, I told you number one might be Pulp Fiction. Like that might be the most cult appraised movie that I have never seen.
I mean, you have to have a tolerance for things like language and violence.
Sure.
It is not for the faint of heart.
No,
it's not a movie to sit down and watch with your grandmother. So it depends. They're missing the boat.
For you, someday I will watch it.
And you will come back and say, it was all right. And then I will punch you and we will get in a brawl and it'll be ugly.
Thanks for watching.
But not as ugly as the day that your girlfriend decides she could do better.
It'll get ugly quick. Thanks for watching the Midday Show. Thank you for participating in our 12 days of giveaways. And thank you to Weiss Markets for being our title sponsor. Be sure to go to NorthcentralPa.com for all of your local news. PA Now is back tomorrow. You can find it on North Central PA's Facebook page if you want to listen to Jason Fitzgerald. He's back. So thank you guys for watching. Am I forgetting anything?
No, and you can always listen to us.
That's true. Tomorrow at noon, between 12 and 1. I shouldn't say at noon, but between 12 and 1.
We want to get people excited. It's like when the band's coming out, they got to get jazzed up. What was
jacked?
I was going to say jacked. I was going to say juiced. There's a word though when you amped. Amped is the word I'm looking for.
It's a good one. I'm Jeff Everett. He's Mark Messina, and we will see you tomorrow here at the Midday Show.
Yes, we will.